Alright, hello everyone. Hopefully you can hear me fine. Sorry about the delay. My meeting ended up taking much longer than it was supposed to, but what can you do? Business, am I right? Anyways, it's not even raining. But you know, my title still stands. It is a rainy day. Overall, it has been raining, and it's gonna rain again. Just not on the stream, I guess. Welcome in, everyone. I'm just plugging in my power bank here. Bear with me a second. And we have Yoshi, Juliet, Madano, I see. I know Liam's somewhere in there. And everyone else that I am currently missing. Thanks for joining, everyone. So welcome to this very quick walk around and March farewell. Today is March the 31st, 2026. And so it is the last day of the first month of spring. This will not take long, maybe like 1 hour. But I just wanted to show off the downtown area here in Toronto and see what's up. Tomorrow will be April 1st, 2026. So we're approaching that middle spring kind of area. And as we approach that area of weather, it'll get much more rainy. So we're starting to see higher temperatures, but then again, higher temperatures equals no snow. Instead of snow, we get rain. Hey, Grandpa Bob is in the chat. Welcome. We have a moderator. Awesome stuff. Sandy's here. Welcome. And I see Kevin. Hello, everyone. As you're coming in, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new. We just crossed over 100 subs the other day. So thank you everyone that's contributed to that. Indeed, that's correct, Sandy. Yep, tomorrow's April Fool's. And guess what? I will not be online. Or maybe I will. See, that's the thing. You never know. I'm telling everyone that I'm not going to be online and I'm not even watching YouTube. So there's no tricking me. But who knows? Maybe I'm tricking all of you. On our left is the CBC headquarters here in Toronto and also studio. And on our right is Metro Hall. Bob says, Yoshi says he'll be live, but you think he's just pulling her leg? Well, that's the thing. Maybe it'll switch. Maybe Yoshi won't go live and I will. And y'all be fools. Who knows? If any of you guys watch Maddie's stream recently that I was on, you would have seen us end off the stream right here around the CBC area. There's Mofa Coffee at John and Wellington. And I'm gonna take off from Wellington to go north a bit as I want to check out Scotiabank Theatre. Oh, that's also the area that the propane tanks have exploded the other day. That was some crazy news. the Jays won, but the tanks exploded. So one of the buildings under construction on Richmond had a little bit of a oopsie. They had a oopsie daisy. So all of the propane tanks on the roof there exploded for some reason. And a lot of people saying it's a insurance scam because the building was under construction and it might have been just a big old plot to collect on insurance. Who knows? Either way, it was some pretty crazy stuff. Thankfully, nobody was injured and no casualties. Well, that stuff you don't see every single day. Oh, and here comes the rain. So I suppose it will rain on stream. Let's see how the microphone holds up. I don't think Yoshi's ever reviewed Taco Bell, Bob, but that might be a future idea. I'm gonna proactively try and save this microphone. Hold on a sec. Alright, let me know if you can still hear me. If so, all is good. I have placed my microphone inside my sweater. If it's no good, I'll just switch to the iPhone mic, I think. I just don't want to... I know electronics are pretty rugged these days, but I don't want to risk. I still need this microphone. Here's King Street. Alright, thanks for letting me know, Juliet. It's good. Sounds good. I will definitely check back the stream and see how the audio is, because I don't know if it's gonna like rub on the clothing and stuff if it's inside the sweater. But at least it's more protected from the rain. I even have my wind muff on for some reason, even though it's not windy. But it's alright. Count it like a microphone is in a double condom. Ain't nothing touching that mic. It is, although, running on Bluetooth, so I am very interested to see how it performs. Thanks, Sandy, for the confirmation. Everything is good. All's well. That as well. Here's Columbus Cafe. Very expensive. In my opinion, not worth it, but you know, for some people it might be. And here's Adelaide. There's a quick look at the Shangri-La Hotel. Shangri-La is this tower right there. Very expensive, by the way. It's a nice hotel, but I think a bit too expensive, in fact. It's no Ritz cracker. All right, Bob. Good to hear. I think this is the first time ever I've put a microphone under my sweater, so I'm happy to see the good feedback. Here's the Hooters. Yoshi's gonna be working there after Canadian Tire. Maybe not this location. Or he might be at Hooker Harvey's, who knows? Or Zanzibar. Will Yoshi and Kyle be reviewing Hooters? They should. I honestly have no idea what they're famous for. I think the chicken. Yeah, maybe they're famous for the chicken or like the burgers or the fries. I don't know. What is all the hype around Hooters? I feel like it's a dying brand or something. I've never seen them around. I also barely see people go in or out, so it's confusion for me. There's the Ballroom Bowl. Oh, wings, yes. Yeah, chicken wings. I knew I heard that from somewhere, Bob. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, chicken wings. That's what Hooters is famous for. I knew it was something to do with chicken, but I wasn't sure. So yeah, Yoshi, if you go to Hooters, definitely, I mean, you're gonna have to get the chicken wings. That's the specialty. Kind of like, what, Wingstop? I don't know if it's better than Wingstop. Also, I don't know if that's a super low bar, to be honest. There's the Scotiabank Theater. So it is a Cineplex, but it's called Scotiabank Theater, as it is sponsored. And it has IMAX. Pretty cool, actually, center here. They have a Michaels, no frills. Bell Media?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be on Queen to the right. You'll see it. Let's cross here. The no frills isn't anything to write home about, but it's good to have a location. You know, they used to have aisle 24, but they don't have it anymore. It got closed down in favor of Inns Market, I think. Somewhere here coming up. Hey, look at this. I don't know if anyone really cares or know about any tech related stuff, but right now I'm streaming from the iPhone in, oh, by the way, the stream is available in 1440p, which is 2K resolution, and HDR for compatible devices. So if you want to check the stream while it's live or on replay in the best possible quality, do check your settings. But what I was gonna say is I'm streaming on the iPhone and I'm hotspotting from the Google Pixel. And it's just so crazy that Android hotspot to iPhone works perfectly fine. But if you wanted to hotspot from an iPhone to anything else, it doesn't like it. It's just crazy. Well, there's your Apple's walled garden. Honestly, hotspot is the one thing that should be allowed on anything without restrictions, because what are you gonna do? It's a hotspot. But that's what Apple does. It kind of locks you in by making it feel like everything Apple just works perfect together, and anything that's not an iPhone, MacBook, Apple ecosystem is worse. And not objectively, that's just software lock, which is the most sucky part. As we come up to Queen here, there's the Mountain Equipment Company.
Which company?
MEC. And we're gonna turn right, actually exactly where I pointed that lady earlier, towards Bell Media. Hopefully she found it all right. Although I'm not too worried. Bell Media has, and CB24, and that are just giant signs along Queen, so it's a little bit hard to miss. We're not gonna wait here. We're gonna keep going on the south side. Mobilin is reporting 18 people in the building. If you are here, please add a vote. What kind of weather do you prefer? The answer options are sunny, rainy, or both at times. So far, sunny is winning by 20%. And also, if you're watching, hit that thumbs up if you haven't yet, as it helps the channel. But today we have a very short route. We're essentially walking very little, going absolutely nowhere, and we're gonna end up in the same spot as we started. But you get a slight glimpse. Yeah, no links please. But you get a slight glimpse into the city life on a Tuesday, a rainy Tuesday and a warm Tuesday. So yesterday we had about 20 °C temperatures, and it helped people relax a bit and take off the big winter coats. So we're seeing a lot more style on the street now. And today it's not as warm, it's about 15 degrees, but it's mild, let's say. It's mild. Yeah, no links please. Thank you very much. Let's keep that to the other channel. We're approaching John again. And I'm gonna have to cross here because I want to show the space from the other side of the street. But a lot of studios here. Also Virgin Radio, I think, used to be here. It was just pretty nice to know. They were local. They moved a bit, I think. There's Nord Lyon. But like I mentioned to the lady, you had to go to Queen and then turn right. So literally this building, Bell Media. And look how beautiful it is. Awesome stuff. And OG of Toronto, and even not so OGs, you'll recognize this car here. And unfortunately, yes, it is done its action era, so no more wheel spin, but the lights still work, so that's pretty cool. And there's of course the CN Tower. Coca-Cola van on the right there. Apparently they don't have free Cokes in the back to take, which is too sad. There's McCall Street. There's the Sheraton right up ahead. That's close to the Eden Center. So I'm gonna head over to Yonge Dundas and check out the Sam Record Man sign. Oh, Kevin owned a record store nearby on Queen Street. Very cool. So good news, or exciting news. From today, March 31st to Thursday, April the 2nd, Krispy Kreme Canada has a very special donut on sale. There's a very special space-themed Artemis 2 donut available at Krispy Kreme locations in-store while supplies last. So if you're a fan of NASA or space travel or space exploration or just the Artemis 2 rocket, check out Krispy Kreme for a very cool special donut. I'll show you a picture here. Alright, so if you like donuts and you love space, check out this donut at Krispy Kreme. Only here until April the 2nd. That would be Thursday. We're approaching University Avenue. And the reason Queen Street has so much construction all over is because of the new subway line construction called Ontario Line, or Line 3 technically. It is not opening but for a long time. In the meantime, we got a lot of scaffolding and closed lanes and stuff like this blocking the streets. Bob says it would be even cooler if they donated 25 cents from each donut to supporting STEM. You know what? That is a very good idea. They should have done that. Because we do have one Canadian astronaut on the Artemis 2 mission. Oh, the others are USA, but we have one Canadian, so that would be pretty inspirational and a good charity cause for sure. Somebody should float that idea at their HQ. There's the Four Seasons Center for the Performing Arts. And this is Queen and University. I want to see if the City Hall walkway is open on the second level. So we'll take a slight detour first along Bay Street.
Yes.
Here's York Street. This is the northern end. And York ends at Queen's Quay there, all the way down. So from Queen all the way to the lake, it is a short street though, compared to all the others.
Yeah, maybe I could see the switch.
There's Old City Hall. You can see the clock tower. And the new and current City Hall is on the left. While it's not raining necessarily, there is a bunch of mist everywhere. So it looks a bit cloudy and a bit misty. Or foggy, I suppose. There's a bit of fog up there. Looks like the upstairs is still closed, but I'll take Bay Street anyway over to Dundas, where we are gonna take a peek at the Sam the Record Man label sign. Looks like the ice rink is all done for the season. it had a yearly open event. We're gonna see here at Bay and Marriott Hotel. We're gonna try and resume the stream here. Hopefully it works. Come on, tech. There we go. Alright, so as I was mentioning beforehand, there's a Marriott hotel to our right side, as well as the Eden Center after that. But up ahead is Dundas Street. And we're gonna take Dundas over to Yonge. Before checking out Yonge and Dundas Square and heading back down to where we started. So like I said, it's gonna be a short stream here. But you get a very good glimpse into the life here in Toronto. I saw the sign there, monthly parking at the Marriott is $250 plus tax. What is going on here? Hello Alicia, welcome. There I am, yes, there we are. It is back from the buffer land. I don't know what happened there. Just lost connection 2 times within like 2 minutes. Alright. Looks like we are back. Nice and running. So we are on the way to Yonge and Dundas here. We'll take a little circle around and then head right on back. Loosely towards the Metro Toronto Convention Center. More specifically towards the Ritz-Carlton, that kind of area. Around Skydome, CN Tower, Ripley's. Here's Joey Restaurant at the Eden Center. There's another one at Shoei Gardens, pretty good.
God is faithful and merciful to those who love Him, obey Him, and walk in His ways.
Alright, so
He doesn't ask
maybe
you
we're
for
not gonna
intimacy,
head back.
for a relationship.
I think I'm gonna just end the stream
They only
here.
repent and turn to God. The kingdom of Jesus is near. Jesus is
If it doesn't want to work, it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna take a circle around Young Dundas Square, and that'll be that, I guess. Yeah. I'll just record a video on the way back. That's gonna be the plan. If it doesn't want to stream, I'll try again next time. Yeah.
What on?
Yo. YouTube.
YouTube?
YouTube.
I was thinking about streaming today, but I couldn't figure it out on YouTube. I needed like 50 subscribers to do the clips.
Yeah. You need 50 to go live.
You did that already?
Yes.